Hey guys, I just wanted to apologize for putting my talking head in the bottom right. I wasn't thinking about it, and I won't be doing that in the future, but you should be able to follow the tutorial either way for now, but in the future, it'll be better. Take care, guys. Hey guys, another merch video for you guys. This is going to be a little Photoshop tutorial. I'm no expert on Photoshop. I'm definitely going to be getting better, so I'll be really excited to show you more advanced techniques in the future, but I'm just going to show you some basic stuff right now. Just necessary in order to start making designs on your own, and if you don't want to outsource it. So once you have Photoshop, you'll get to a page that looks something like this. It might be look something more like that with the images, and then you're just going to hit New. To download Photoshop, by the way, just go to Creative Cloud. They have different plans there, and there's one specifically where it's like you can just have one tool, like Photoshop. It's like $10 a month, pretty good deal. And so what you'll want to do here is, you say I already have one of these set up. If obviously you wouldn't have this, you were just starting. So what you're going to do, well, it's automatically putting them back in. You're going to add 4,500 to the width. You're going to add 5,400 to the height. You can name this whatever you want, and make sure it's pixels over here. Resolution, and you just stick with the default settings for everything else. So what you're wanting is a vertical rectangle. So you're going to hit create, and now you have this blank canvas. Now what you need is this background gone, because you need it to be a PNG file. PNG file being a transparent background. So let's say we had just a design already to go. What you would do is you're going to, well, I usually just drag and drop. So what I do is, I'm on a Mac, so I just open up my my Finder right here, and then I just had this from earlier, so I'll just drag this right there, and now I can. So if you notice, it won't let me click anything else, because it wants me to say apply this image. So what you're going to place the file? Yes. Now I can delete the background. So now you see how the background's kind of like these little squares. That means it's transparent. And so a useful thing you want to have is, when you're doing these designs, is you can have sometimes white text or black text. So what I like to do is, I like to go up to here. I go to Layer and go to New Fill Layer. And I'm going to go to Solid Color. And I don't really care the name. And I'm just going to hit black, because by default it gives me a white solid color. Doesn't really matter. And so now I have this black background. So let me show you what I mean. So let's make some text. So if you want to make text, you just go over here to the left, find T. This is a flying turtle. Can I spell turtle? Yes. Spelling is not my forte. I'd like to blame it on living in Europe and going like half my life in European school, but no excuses, right? Thank God for autocorrect. So you're gonna write a text. Okay, so what I did there, so I created the text. In order to make it larger, I'm on a Mac. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is for Windows. I hit Command T, so I'll do it again. So it wants me to apply the transformation, so we can hit apply. But if you hit Command T, so if the layer is selected, you'll know it's selected because it has this white little box around it. And then if I hit Command T, boom, it comes with this. And then I can just click this, and I'm going to hold Shift so it scales evenly. I let go, go Shift, and I'm going to hit Apply. And if I want to move it, I have the layer selected, and I'm going to hit this little Move tool. So the font I have right now is like a Star Wars font that I downloaded. Your font will be something more, one of the defaults. It might be this, something like that. Okay, so now we have our text. Now how do we change the color? So we're going to double click it, and we're going to go up to this little box right here. Let's say we had white text. Okay, so this is our design. This is a flying turtle. We can't export this, even though it's the right size, because it's not a PNG file. Although I should say you could actually export this as a PNG file, because all you have to do to export it, we'll do it again later. Let's go down here to File, Export, Export as PNG, and it will be in PNG file, but the background won't be transparent. So what you're going to do is you're just going to hide this. So now we have transparent background. Now if you noticed, on black, this is really easy to see what we're doing. But if we're on just white, I can't see my text anymore. So that's why we have this background as well. So now let's say we wanted to change this. And this is like pretty much all you need to create these really basic designs with just text, and you can add an image or whatever. But if you wanted to add a stroke, is what it's called, go over here to this little brush. Just shout out to Josh Do It. He actually showed me this trick. So I don't really know what that means, but we just raterized it. And as you can see, it's no longer a text file, text layer. So you can't actually change the text anymore. So make sure once you do this, it's what you want. I'm sure there's better ways or easier ways to do it, but this is the way I know how to do it as of right now. Go down to Edit, and we'll go to Stroke. And obviously, if we put a white stroke, stroke being an outline, it wouldn't make a sense. So we're going to add a black stroke. So we're just do 3 pixels is a pretty good amount. You can change it however you like. You can choose color, black. Can't see anything because it's a black background. But now you see, with this, we can now see the text, even though it's a white text. It is now outlined. So that can be of use to you. And then use to you. Now another really important. This comes in. I've used it so much. Is just learning how to select objects. So what you're going to do here is what I often do is I'm going to go over this little brush thing with the little dots. As you see, my pointer is really small because I've been using a smaller version for other projects. But if you on your keyboard, it's like this. Forgetting the name of it. It's not a parentheses, but it's a square version. I'll put an image of it. You can do the left one or the right one to make it smaller. The right one makes it bigger. Left one makes it smaller. So we're going to try and select this turtle. I'm not going to do a perfect job because, for the sake of the tutorial. If you want to zoom in on an image, by the way, real quick, you hold Z, and then you just left click it. You can zoom in. If you want to zoom out, you hold Z and Option for the Mac. Like that. So we're just going to zoom in a little here. We have our little brush selected. And we're just going to slowly select this turtle. Now what I'm doing is you could just select and just hold it down. If you do that, that's fine. But if you make a mistake and you want to undo it, which is Command Z, the problem is it's going to deselect. It's going to unselect. It's going to redo everything, that whole entire stroke. So if I selected this whole turtle with one left click, but then I make a little mistake and hit some of the blue, I can't just undo it. I have to then redo the whole thing. So that's why it's usually a good idea to just do quick clicks along the way. Just doing a real quick job here. Boop, 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 boop. Got this turtle all good. There we go. So now we have our turtle pretty well selected. What you're going to go up is do Select and Mask. For some reason you can't find it up here. What you can do is go to Select and then go to Select and Mask. And so now what we're going to do is going to click that. So I didn't do a good job right there. Where's my mouse? So what we're going to do is we can still fix it in this right here. So we can just left click it. I made my thing bigger with that little parentheses button. And obviously there's a lot of mistakes. You want to do a better job, but just for the sake of the tutorial. And so you have some options here. So you can smooth it out. That's usually almost always want to do that, especially if you're doing a person. You don't want jaggedy masking. What we're doing is called a mask. You can feather it a little bit, which is like kind of blending. It's sort of instead of like an abrupt mask, an abrupt line, it's going to kind of like smooth it out like a gradient. And then contrast, I'm not fully sure what that even does, honestly. I'll have to get back to you guys on that. And then shift edge that's an important one. It moves the mask inwards or outwards. So if you see if I do that real quick, it's moving my mask outwards. If I move it in really quick, see how it got smaller there? It's moving it inwards. So usually want to do it just a little bit. I'm going to just say like about this much. Because when you're doing the mask, you might have gotten a little bit of the background in, and so if you shift edge a little bit, it will get some of the background out, which is cool. You can also invert the mask if you wish, but when that comes in use is if you selected the background, you could then invert it to hit, then select the turtle. But we did it this way, so we're good there. And we're just going to do select new layer with layer mask. Oops, and then we're just going to hit OK. So we can get that bottom bar away. Aha. Make this bigger. Good. And so now you see we have our little turtle. That's kind of cool, huh? I was really excited when I was first learning this. I was like, oh man, I can do anything I want now. But there's your turtle. No background, and then you could add it on a sunset. You could add it with clouds, so it's like a flying turtle. Actually a flying turtle. But that's how you do a basic selection. Once again, no Photoshop expert by any means, and these tutorials will be getting better in the future, and we'll be doing more advanced techniques and better ways of doing what I've just shown you. But this is a pretty solid way to start your knowledge base with Photoshop. Now, one last thing, once you have this design, we have the right right size of the canvas. Now we'll want to go to File, Export, and Quick Export as PNG, and then that file you'll be able to directly upload to Merch. I have a video on that, and we'll just name it Flying Turtle. It doesn't really matter. This is, you can save it wherever you want. And save, and then you'll be able to find it on your desktop. I just want to thank Nathan Ryder for commenting and requesting this video. I'll be making more videos, especially for Photoshop, and I'm reading your guys' comments. I'm gonna make videos you guys want. So keep them coming, and thank you so much for those who have already commented. Take care, guys. Bye.